We've all been there. We're single, and we're out at a bar or a party, and we see someone that we're interested in. We start to think about how great it would be to have her as our girlfriend. But then, reality sets in, and we realize that there are certain types of women that men should avoid when looking for a relationship. These women can be very damaging to a man's emotional and mental health, so it's important to know how to identify them and stay away from them. In this video we will outline what each type of woman is like, so you can be prepared if you find yourself in one of these situations. So, if you're thinking about getting into a relationship anytime soon, make sure to watch this video first. It will help you to avoid making a mistake that could ruin your relationship before it even starts. Number 1. The clingy woman. The clingy woman is the type of woman who is always attached to her man. She can't stand being away from him, and she constantly wants to be around him. She's usually very insecure, and she needs constant reassurance from her man that he loves her and wants to be with her. This is the type of woman who is always paranoid. She's always worried that her man is going to leave her, and she's always worried that he's going to cheat on her. She's the woman who is always snooping through his phone and who is always checking up on him. If you're dating a clingy woman, then you probably feel like you're constantly being smothered. She's always calling or texting you, and she always wants to know what you're doing and where you are. She can be very demanding, and she often expects you to drop everything and spend time with her. Number 2. The drama queen. The drama queen is someone who thrives on intense and dramatic situations. Whether it's fights with friends or arguments with a partner, she always manages to make things more dramatic than they need to be. Dating a drama queen means constantly dealing with her crises, as she expects immediate attention and support. She often insists on you take her side, even when you disagree. The drama queen seeks attention, validation, and control through her dramatic behavior. While understanding her motivations can help foster empathy, it's important to set boundaries and prioritize one's own well-being in such relationships. Assessing the sustainability and healthiness of the relationship is crucial. Number 3. The control freak. The control freak is the woman who wants to control everything in her life. She wants to be in charge of her relationships, her job, and even her own life. She doesn't like it when things don't go the way she wants them to, and she often tries to take control of the situation. If you're dating a control freak, then you're probably dealing with a lot of stress. She's always trying to micromanage everything, and she often expects you to do things her way. She can be very demanding, and she may not be willing to compromise on anything. Number 4. The high-maintenance woman. The high-maintenance woman is the woman who always needs to be pampered. She's always demanding expensive gifts and luxurious vacations. She's used to getting what she wants, and she expects her man to spoil her rotten even if he can't afford to. If you're dating a high-maintenance woman, then you're probably spending a lot of money on her. She's always asking for expensive gifts and vacations, and she often expects you to take her out to the best restaurants. She can be very demanding, and she may not be willing to compromise on anything. She doesn't care if her husband owes a huge debt to sustain her lavish lifestyle even if he has to run afoul of the law. Number 5. The emotional vampire. The emotional vampire is the woman who sucks the life out of her man. She's always negative, and she always finds a way to ruin her man's day. She's the woman who is always complaining and who never seems to be happy. This is the type of woman who is always on the edge. She's always emotional, and she's always ready to snap. She's the woman who is always screaming and who is always ready to start a fight. If you're dating an emotional vampire, then you're probably feeling drained. She's constantly sucking the life out of you, and she never seems to be happy. She can be very negative, and she often makes her man feel like he can't do anything right. Number 6. The immature woman. This is the type of woman who is still stuck in her teenage years, and who hasn't yet developed into a fully fledged adult. She's often immature, and she often doesn't know how to act around people. She's the woman who is still trying to rebel against her parents, and who is always looking for a way to have fun even if the situation is dire. If you're dating an immature woman, then you're probably dealing with a lot of drama. She's always getting into fights with her parents. She often doesn't know how to act around people, and she can be very difficult to deal with. Number 7. The needy woman. This is the type of woman who is always dependent on her man. She's always calling him for help, and she's always asking him for money. She's the woman who can never be independent, and who is always relying on her man to take care of her. She does not like to think independently. If you're dating a needy woman, then you're probably dealing with a lot of stress. She's always calling you for help, and she's always asking you for money. She can be very demanding, and she may not be willing to do anything on her own. She could also be very lazy and does not like to work or even take care of the home or family. If you're dating any of these types of women, then it's time to end or re-examine the relationship. These women can be very damaging to a man's emotional and mental health, so it's important to know how to identify them and stay away from them. Remember, these are only generalizations. There are certainly clingy women who aren't drama queens, and there are control freaks who aren't clingy. But, overall, these are the types of women to avoid. So if you're looking for a healthy and happy relationship, then make sure to stay away from these types of women. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content like this. As always, we appreciate your support and feedback. Thanks for watching.